Hey, welcome. My name is Kelsey. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is hot. I'm sweating. I've been wearing a tank top all day and that feels like it's not helping. It's so hot and humid. It's 92 degrees right now, but I think the humidity is at like a 75 degree or whatever it's called, like 75%, and it is moist. I live in Minneapolis, by the way. It does get hot here. It's not just cold all the time. It does get hot in the summer, and it gets very hot and sticky. What's the weather like where you live? Because I want it to not be this hot and sticky for much longer. We're only in July. Oh, jeez. But the reason for this video today is I'm going to be showing you the makeup that I'm going to be using for the next few weeks or month or so. We'll see how long this goes for. Ideally a few weeks, realistically a month and a half. But I've already set up my vanity with the products that I'm going to be using. So I'm not going to be sifting through all of my makeup collection. I just already have it all set up. I just did it right before I started filming because I feel like it's a little bit easier and takes a little bit less time. But I wanted to show you what I'm using. So if you're interested in watching that, let's just jump in. We're going to start in this drawer here. This is my face base drawer. Also, hi, here's my foot. I'm wearing Doc Marten sandals and I love them. I've been thinking about doing a shoe collection video. If you're interested in that, let me know. I have a lot of unique shoes slash thrifted shoes and just kind of some basic shoes, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to do that. I don't know. We'll see, maybe later in the summer. But let's talk about the makeup in this drawer. I'm limiting my foundation to two options. The first one being the Bare Minerals matte foundation. I have this in the shade Fairly Light. Probably my overall favorite foundation. I was using the Blemish Remedy foundation this last cycle, and I just kind of realized that one is a little too light for my skin right now, and this one's a little bit darker, so I'm going to use that. And then I'm also going to bring in the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. This is a nice kind of full coverage foundation, but it's really lightweight, and so for summer this is really nice. And it's a little bit darker for me than my winter skin color, and so this is a great opportunity to use this. And then I just have two concealers as well. One being the Pretty Vulgar concealer. This is the Undercover Concealer. I got this in a BoxyCharm a while ago and it's pretty good. I have used a lot of it actually over the last few weeks because it's a little bit darker, so I've been using it a bunch, but it's nice. It doesn't have a ton of coverage, but it's really lightweight and it looks really good on the skin. And then the other concealer is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. This one I have in the shade 110 Nude Ivory. This one is a little borderline too light for me right now, but I'm going to see if I can get away with it. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe under the Bare Minerals foundation it'll be okay. But those are kind of the only concealers that I have that are close to my skin tone right now. I have two powders besides the Bare Minerals one. This first one is a new favorite. This is from CoverGirl. It's the True Blend powder. It's like a translucent powder. It's really nice. I have used a lot of it. You can kind of see where the pan is starting to kind of come through here. And it's been really nice to just do a really basic makeup look with the Pretty Vulgar concealer and then this powder on top. And it's just a super easy summer look. The other powder I'm going to be using is the Wouter powder from Glossier. I don't have a ton of this left, which, spoiler, I'm starting a new project pan in the next week or so, and I think this is probably going to be in that project. But I'm going to use that. And then, let's see, for blush and bronzer in here. Bronzer, I actually just have one I'm going to be using right now, and here I have a few palettes up on top of my vanity that I'll get to, but this is the Bare Minerals Warmth All Over Face color. It looks really intense and really deep and really red, but this is honestly one of my favorite colors of bronzer. It just looks so good on the skin. It looks super natural. It looks like you've just been out in the sun for a while, and summer is a great opportunity to wear this. I swear you only need one of these, especially if you're fair toned. You only need one of these like every few years because you use so little at a time. Then for blush, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Cheekers blush. This one's in the shade Iced Cappuccino. This is an old favorite. Well, not old. I feel like I haven't used it in the last few months, and so I'm bringing it back in. It's a nice like peachy kind of color. It's really pretty. Looks really great on the skin. Also bringing in this blush from Note. This is the Desert Rose Luminous Silk Blush. And again, this is a blush I haven't used in a while, and it's such a great summer blush. Like, it's peachy without being like corally. It's so nice, and so I'm excited to get some use on that one. I feel like I haven't used that one in a long time. And then the last blush I pulled is from Colourpop. This is the only Colourpop product that I have that's like this. What is it, like their Super Shock formula? This is Drop of a Hat. It's the Super Shock Cheek Pearlized blush. It's really pretty. I haven't used it a ton though, and I need to use it. But it's a really nice, again, kind of peachy toned blush. I'm very into warm tones right now. I think that just kind of comes with summer territory. It is just nice to have a nice warm look. So that is all of the face base products that are in this drawer. We'll move up top to my vanity next. Up top here is where I keep all of my palettes, whether it's like face palettes or eye palettes, as well as primers and setting sprays. I also have some skincare stuff in here right now. I have the Mario Badescu Oil-Free Moisturizer. It's the SPF. Welcome, Charlie. My cat just came in. Always likes to make an entrance. It's an oil-free moisturizer with SPF 30, and then I have the Glossier Bubble Wrap. It's an eye and lip like moisturizer, plumper I think is what it's called, plumping cream, yeah. So for primers right now, I'm gonna be keeping it pretty simple. I've got one from Cover FX. This is the Blurring Primer. This is a little bit of an older product, and I kind of just want to finish it off. Again, this might be like something that I add to my project pan for summer. A great product to use in the summer months. And then I'm also going to be using the Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer. Every once in a while I feel like my skin does need a little extra hydration. I actually started using a retinol recently. Again, for a while I was doing a skincare detox where I was just using simple lush things and no treatments, and so I started using a retinol again the other night, and I've noticed my skin needs a little bit extra hydration, so like I think that'll be really nice. For setting sprays, this is a new one, kind of fun. Not really a setting spray, more of just like a facial mist, but it's from Trader Joe's. It's the Watermelon Facial Mist. It's kind of similar to like the Glow Recipe Watermelon, like it separates like that one. It's got a similar scent, it smells like watermelon. But I picked this up the other day because I was like, what? Trader Joe's came out with something new. I think I need it. And so I haven't used it a ton, but I'm excited to get some use out of it. And then I'm also bringing in the Matte Finish Setting Spray from Wet n Wild. Again, I get a little oily in the summer. Even though I've got some dryness going on, definitely get some oily patches too. And so great time of year to bring in something mattifying. For palettes, I actually have a tiny little quad here. This is from Wet n Wild. I got this a few years ago, and it was kind of one of those things that I keep forgetting about, but every time I use it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I actually kind of liked that. This is the Fit for a Queen. This was a limited edition palette. I want to say it was like with some like Star Wars or something. Really simple, but it's really pretty, and so I thought I would bring it in since I've been into warm tones, and this is kind of right up my alley. I have not used this in a long time, and I am so excited to use this. This is the Balm's Manizer Sisters palette. It's got the Mary Luminizer, Cindy Luminizer, and Betty Luminizer. They're just like three extremely highlighted products. Mary Luminizer is a classic. I haven't used this in forever and I want to use it again. And then the Shady Luminizer is like I use it as like a blush topper kind of a thing. Or you could use it as a highlight. And then the Betty Luminizer, again, is just kind of like a nice bronzer topper, which I love, like a highlighted bronzy look. And so I'm all up for that. I know a lot of people maybe don't like a shimmery bronzer, but I'm excited to use this. I think this is perfect for summer. I also pulled in one of these Milani palettes. I haven't used this one for a while as well, but again, with these warm tones, this is such a beautiful formula. The colors in here are super usable, but very pigmented and like really nice. This is the Everyday Eyes in the shade 05 Earthy Elements. I think they've kind of moved on from this palette layout and they've started coming out with like some larger palettes. This is the only eyeshadow palette I have from Milani, but I've definitely been tempted by some others because this is just so stunning. And so I'm excited to use this over the next few weeks. The other face palette that I have in here is from Cover FX. And again, this was a BoxyCharm item. It's the Perfector face palette. Really nice palette. You've got kind of like a finishing powder that's got like a light shimmer to it. You have a highlighter. You've got a contour with a bronzy highlighter. I like to mix the two together and kind of get that bronzy, shimmery bronzer look. And then this blush is also really pretty. The highlighter, again, I like to mix those two. Just has a really pretty blush color. So I'm excited to use that. It's another one that I have not used for a while. I also thought I would bring out this Too Faced palette. This is the Palm Springs Dream palette. This was another BoxyCharm item from December, I want to say. December or January. And I haven't used it a ton, but the last time I did have it in my like Shop My Stash, I really enjoyed it. I had some really great one shadow looks with this, and so I'm excited to bring this back in and get some use out of it. Since I've been talking about warm tones, is there any more classic of a palette than the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia? Probably not. Again, product I have not used for a while, and I'm excited to bring it in. This is such a staple, such pretty looks from this. You can go super neutral, you can go really pink, really red, very brown, you can even go kind of like cool toned with it. It's just so pretty. I feel like looking at it now, I'm like, wow, that's a really plain palette, like compared to a lot of the palettes that are out now. But at the time, this was warm dreams here. Still so great though. And the last palette, another one from BoxyCharm. This is the Violet Voss Pro eyeshadow palette in the shade Holy Grail, or like this is the Holy Grail palette, I guess. I feel like every time I go to use this palette, I get a very similar look. I either go in with this red shade and get like a very maroon colored eye, or I just do something a little bit kind of like a warm brown. And so I want to figure out my thoughts on this palette. This has just been a palette that I don't know, there's a lot of shades, but a lot of like very similar shades. So when I go to use this, I get kind of overwhelmed. And so I'm gonna try and use this and then kind of determine if I want to keep it or not after this, because I haven't honestly gotten a ton of use out of it. So I might just get rid of it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes for this next, let's be honest, month or so. This is my little eye bucket here, and this is honestly, I'm keeping it super simple this month. I've got one eyeshadow primer from Milani. It's the eyeshadow primer. One eyeliner. This is from LA Girl. It's the gel eyeliner. I picked this up recently, and I've actually been really enjoying it. I kind of missed gel eyeliner. And it's been really nice so far. I'm using two brow products. The first one, another LA Girl product, which I have another one. I don't typically use a lot of LA Girl stuff, but I've got a few things going on here. This is the Shady Slim Brow Pencil. I have this in the shade Blonde, and it can be a little bit warm, but I'm going to try and work with it this time. And then I also have this brow pencil from Billion Dollar Brows. It's like their universal brow pencil. The packaging is all rubbed off, but it's kind of my go-to brow product right now. I'm using one brow gel. This is the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel, and I do have this in the shade Blonde as well. Really great brow product. Really like that. Actually, I'm going to pull in the discontinued Flower Beauty Bubble Brow. This is so great, and I'm so sad it's discontinued. Oh, I also have this eyeliner. This is from Morphe. This is the shade Everlasting. It's like a coppery green color. That swatch was terrible. I'm so sorry. I was not looking at my hand when I was doing that. But it's kind of a coppery green color. I thought maybe I would get some use out of that. And then two mascaras. The first one is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. This is probably my favorite drugstore mascara. Really nice. And then this is a newer one I've been using as well from LA Girl. It's the Volumatic Lash Lifting Mascara. This is intense. This is like quite the mascara. I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it. It wears super well in the heat because it's a, what's that called? Where it like goes around your lashes. You don't have to use makeup remover to get it off. I'm blanking on what this is called because it doesn't say it on here. And so I was kind of surprised that it was one of those kind of mascaras. Tubing mascaras. Wow, that took a while. But I really like this. This is like kind of competing for my favorite drugstore mascara right now. Really nice. Lips, again, I'm keeping it simple. Lips, I can't wear lip products right now. I said this in a video recently. I don't know if you're experiencing the same thing. I have to wear a mask pretty much if I'm out in public. And so I have to wear it while I'm working. I wear it if I'm out running errands. And so I just don't really wear lip products anymore. Pretty much the only time I wear a lip product is if I'm filming a video or if I'm going on a walk and I know I'm not going to be going inside because I hate taking it off or like trying to blot it off before I put a mask on. So I either wear chapstick or nothing. But I have a few here if the occasion rises and I need to wear a lip product. I'm pulling in the Glossier Generation G matte lipstick. This is in the shade Cake. This was in my project pan for this last go round and I did not make a ton of progress on it. And then I actually haven't really worn a liquid lipstick yet with a mask, but I feel like it might hold up okay. And this is kind of my go-to liquid lipstick. This is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick, and it's in the shade Nude Mood. It's a really nice nude, warm color. I'm also pulling in a lip liner. This is from Profusion, and it's in the shade, oh geez, Charm. I got this in like a lip bundle at Target, maybe around Christmas time. But it's a really nice, again, warm color, kind of nude color. Shocker, these are all like the same color. Whoops. I'm also bringing in this lip tint from Frank Body. This is the Send Nudes Lip Balm. Really great. It's kind of a lip gloss, but it doesn't feel really sticky. It feels more like a lip balm, but it's got a little bit of a tint to it, and I love the little booty on the package. It's just so cute. For the sake of having a lip gloss in my collection, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm in the shade Fenty Glow, the classic. I really enjoy this. I think it's super pretty. But will I wear lip gloss? We'll see. And for some reason, I keep buying lip products. I just got this like 2 weeks ago, maybe. This is the Colourpop Just a Tint lip color, and I have it in the shade Z-Boys. I love it. It smells terrible, by the way, if you've never used these. I've heard that there was a scent to them. It's like a fruity BO. It's not my favorite scent, and it definitely lingers. but it is a very pretty product. So I guess I'm dealing with it for right now. And that is all of my lip products. So that is my makeup collection for the next few weeks / like month-ish. We'll see how it goes. But I like to do Shop My Stashes for kind of like a few reasons. One, it's really great to get some use on different products that I haven't used for a while, but I also really like it for like collection purposes, like going through my stuff and figuring out the things that I love, figuring out the things that I don't use that I should just like get rid of, figure out things that I really don't like, to kind of like, I mean, one, clear out my collection, but also to influence future buying decisions and figure out how I want to spend my money in the future. But that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would love to have you around. And until next time, bye guys.